What's going on? Jason up New Age Revolution down here in the cave. I don't like it frontward. I'm gonna turn it around. Oh, that's much better. All right, yeah, down here in the cave. It was supposed to be taking a closer look at the Cabbage Patch doll collection. But I had to come on here and talk about a Facebook Marketplace score. Right? So you might say, well, New Age Revolution, you're not on Facebook anymore. That's true. That's true. But I opened up a new account, and I don't want any friends. I don't want any friends. I opened up a new account because I needed to follow a store called Heroes Hideout because they do wrestler signings like monthly. And so I wanted to follow them so I could get the signing updates. The kids and I have met, we just met Orange Cassidy. That was pretty awesome. And in a few weeks, we're going back out there to meet Sammy Guevara from AEW. So I followed them, and I followed like Steel City Con and Chiller and things like that. But no friends, no nothing. Don't want to read anybody's opinions, right? That's I'm going to spend my life avoiding opinions for the rest of my life. It makes me healthier. Okay, so because I have that little bootleg account, I occasionally click over to the marketplace, and if you type in, if you start, you got to establish your personal marketplace, because if you have to. It has to learn who you are, so you have to search for, VHS or 80s or toys or whatever. And once you start doing that enough, it'll know you, and when you go check out the marketplace, some good stuff will come up. I have not bought much off the marketplace. I've done more selling on there than buying. Furniture is a beautiful thing to sell on the marketplace. It's gone. I've never had a piece of furniture that I haven't sold within a day because I sell it ridiculously cheap. But anyway, that's all nonsense. But I checked it out today, and boom, I was hit with a gold mine. So I would say my greatest ever Facebook Marketplace score, and according to my man Shane D over at the AWA Remco Facebook group that I'm no longer a part of, just because I closed out the Facebook. I'm sorry. I still love you guys. I just don't like Facebook. Anyway, I told him what I got, and he said those are selling for about 100 and 150, or 100 to 150 a piece. Yeah, because they are sealed, ladies and gentlemen, sealed. Well, what are they, you're saying? Well, you're going to have to wait. My God, it's a Sunday. What do you got going on today? Quick update on the G.I. Joe Zarana. Some of you said that Zarana and Zartan and the other one, Zartan and Zarana were... usually when you take the screw out of their back, the chest falls open. The arms fall out, the head falls out. You change the O-ring. It's a simple procedure. It's actually kind of fun. I actually like getting super loose O-ring Joes because I like changing the O-ring. It's fun. But they said that Zarana and Zartan, their chest pieces were glued shut. They come in two pieces. They were glued, so you had to do some fancy surgery to get it unglued. And I was like, oh, come on, and I was going to skip changing the O-ring, and I sat Zarana up on the shelf, and she folded over quickly. So I was like, what are you talking about? Why on earth would Hasbro just glue these two figures so randomly? And then I went on YouTube and I saw a couple of guys. One guy was using a vise, and he was putting his figure in a vise, and he was wrapping it with a towel, and he was using some pipe wrench to crack it. And I'm like, good God! Another guy was taking like a screw, like an eye hook, and making a new. So I got the old G.I. Joe screwdriver out tonight, stuck it in Zorana's back, pulled out the screw, and much to my happiness, the figure popped open. I guess mine wasn't glued, or the O-ring has been changed before and somebody else did the work for me, because it just popped right open. And we've got a tight Zorana again. She was once loose, and now she's tight. All right. So, the Facebook Marketplace. What have I gotten? Well, for all of $5 each, 30 bucks, ladies and gentlemen, I have AWA All-Star Wrestling VHS tapes, mint and sealed. I would have to think that this is like an old stock find. These are not wrinkly, they're not crinkly, they're not dirty, they don't smell like mildew. I gotta think these were packed away in a box, and I've got 6 out of the 8 of them. 6 out of the 8. And that's amazing. That's incredible. I did not expect that. So let's take a look. All-Star Wrestling home video. So these were half-hour. These are half-hour VHS tapes. And most of the time you get like a cut match. You get fairly cut matches on these. I mean, it's only a 30-minute tape. And I remember these would be sold, you know, these were sold at like your discount stores, you know, like your Gold Circle and your Kmart and what have you. And when you came across them, you were super excited because they were super cheap and they were wrestling. This one is the greatest AWA championship matches. Again, sealed. Rick Martel versus Jumbo Shiruta. Rick Martel versus Michael Hayes. And then Vern Gagne versus Nick Bockwinkel. This is number 4 over there in a series of 8. Number 3 in a series of 8 is the greatest tag team matches. AWA's greatest tag team matches. Again, a half-hour tape. We've got the Fabulous Freebirds versus Greg Gagne and Curt Hennig. Greg Gagne and Vern Gagne versus Nick Bockwinkel and Mr. Saito. And the Road Warriors taking on Jerry Blackwell and Sergeant Slaughter. Now, sealed, but see this little damage there? That annoys me. So that was a $5 price sticker that I had to gently peel off. And I know that there are guys on the Facebook who have, you know, their own foolproof methods for getting those off. My foolproof method is to peel it off. And that's what it leaves. It leaves a blemish. So I'm not loving that blemish, but we got that. Number 1 in the series is Sergeant Slaughter and Company. Sergeant Slaughter and Greg Gagne versus Nick Bockwinkel and Ray Stevens. Larry Zbyszko versus Sergeant Slaughter. Somebody named Mike Moore versus Sergeant Slaughter. And a battle royal with the final combatants, the Fabulous Freebirds and Sergeant Slaughter. So you probably get the last few minutes of a battle royal. I could see all of these being complete matches because 2 of them are probably pretty short. But there's number 1. So we have number 1, 3, 4, and then we have 6, 7, and 8. So we're missing 2 and 5. So number 6 is another Sergeant Slaughter video. And this one is Slaughter versus Larry Zbyszko. A battle royal from the Riviera featuring Sergeant Slaughter. Brad Rheingans versus Boris Zukov, also featuring Sergeant Slaughter. And if you haven't guessed, Sergeant Slaughter versus Boris Zukov. Love that. Number 7 in the series is a video highlighting the AWA Tag Team Champions Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and Mr. Electricity Steve Regal. They take on the Road Warriors. They take on Curt Hennig and Scott Hall. They take on a team named Kevin Kelly and Paul Brown. And then a special look, and I think a special look was a music video. Whenever there was a special look at a particular wrestler, it was accompanied by a pretty awesome 80s music video. So there's that. And then number 8 in the series is Larry Zbyszko. This seal is like incredibly tight. I mean, they all are. They all are. But this seal is like, whoa. This is like unbelievable tastes fresh. Maybe never seen the light of day. I don't know. Larry Zbyszko versus Sergeant Slaughter. The martial arts expert Larry Zbyszko gives us a karate demonstration. He takes on Greg Gagne, and then he takes on a fellow named Larry Winters. There we go. And for a moment there, I thought Larry Winters was Leon White, who's Vader, but no. Sorry. So there you have it. 6 sealed AWA VHS tapes from a company called Kids Classics. And my man Shane D is an AWA expert. I hear crying upstairs? Probably. And he told me $100 to $150 each. So, I mean, really, we're looking at... I saw all 8 up there with a buy it now of $415. So, I could probably get, $250, $300 for these, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna find a way to display these nicely. So that's that. That's the impromptu Sunday Facebook Marketplace pickup. The All-Star Wrestling AWA VHS tapes, sealed and mint. That is all. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll talk to you later. Good night now.